Hello friends, one love people, welcome to my channel, Misiz Salmon, and I am your messenger for today. I am introducing to you a miraculous book. It's been called Over All the Nations, from America to Africa. Check out the cover. It is Acts of Faith, Daily Meditations for People of Color by Iyanla Vanzant. I like to call it daily inspiration for Black people because that's what it was for me. Now this book and my readings and my reviews are for all people, but especially my Black people. Alright? So for some of us, it seems as if we have lost our way. So long ago, forgot where we have come from. But that's okay. Stay tuned and let us get back on track. Let us reframe, refocus, refresh, and let us love ourselves, our spirit within, and the God who created us. Alright? So today is January 16th. In this book, on every page, there is a passage for every day of your life. So for 365 days of the year is your chapter. What are you going to do with it? Do you know your purpose? Have you found your purpose? Are you looking for your purpose? Are you living your purpose? Okay? That is a question that you have to ask yourself. Sit back and hold a minute and think about it. Alright? So we have an intro, we have a small passage, and we have a close. Let us take a look, shall we? This is what it looks like, people. Very simple, very simple. For those who love to read, it's a breeze. For those who do not, it's easy. Just get into it, okay? Now we all know, a quick little subtopic. We all know that one time in this thing we call life, in this society, we had been compromised. Reading had been taken away from us. So what do we want to do now with that obstacle? Use it as a teacher. Read, read, read. Read with your mother. Read with your father. Read with your picnic. Read with your friend. Every time you guys link up and have a drink. Every time you guys link up, you don't have to watch sports. Read. Read something. Build on something. Alright? That's what I would do. So let us begin. Sitting in a sacred place means you must sit alone. By Marilyn, Omi Funke, Torres. There are times when we each have sacred blessings to learn. These are the lessons that will push us to the limit of our greatness. At these times, it may seem that others are abandoning, rejecting, or criticizing us without just cause. They are not. No matter how hard we try, we can't seem to do, say, or be what others expect of us. The farther they move away, the more we try to fix things, the worse they seem to get. What we must do at these very sacred times is pull back, withdraw, and prepare to grow. Our lessons are very sacred. They are the basic ingredient of our greatness. To accept them, we must be open. To receive them, we must be willing. To understand them, we must be alone. Now for the close. I am sitting in a sacred place. I am sitting in a sacred place. 3 times. I am sitting in a sacred place. How many of us are there now? Sitting in a sacred place. How many of us have been there or are there now where we feel like we cannot be alone? We do not want to be alone. How many of us? You're human. Comment. Leave a comment. Are you afraid to be alone? Are you afraid to sit in a sacred place? I encourage you not to be. I encourage you to take advantage of that moment. Now there's a clear balance between being alone and being surrounded with a crowd, or being with other people, let's just say family, for instance. There's a balance. You don't want to spend so much time with people that you have no time for yourself, and you don't want to spend so much time to yourself and isolate and go into isolation away from people. Okay? There's a balance. Like for the instance, there are times when my family is sleeping and I sit down at my desk for 5 minutes or more. Sometimes I look at the time and half an hour has passed, and the silence seems so loud. I can hear myself think. I can hear things what happened to me throughout the day. I can hear things that I overcome from the past. I can even hear some things about the future. Okay? So, take a moment, sit in a sacred place. I encourage you to do so, no matter where it is, no matter if you're on your work, if you're at home, if you're in your tub, if you're in your shower, well, especially if you can sit in it. You want to be in a place where you can sit and just think and just be still and just be quiet. Okay? You want to be able to feel your spirit, and you want to do it as much as you can until you feel your spirit. There's a lot of people who are, I say some of my friends and associates, they're questioning, I want a man, I want a man, I want a man. My lady friends, my female friends. And I say, what have you done for your heart to seek out for that man? I'm not the woman in business of a woman out looking for a man or a woman proposing to a man. I'm not in the business of that. Some traditions must stand, but you can seek a man with your heart, with your mind, with your soul. Don't do it with your body, but you can do it with your heart, your mind, and your soul. All right? So some of my friends are like, I'm going to the club. How long have you been going to the club? 5 or 10 years? Still no man. I'm looking online. How long have you been looking online? A year or 2 or 3? Still no man. You have to change. I suggest prayer, fasting, and sitting in a sacred place. Fasting is not just from food, you guys. It's from your television, it's from your phone, it's from any outside sources other than what's within. All right? It's whatever gives you the most pleasure. Like for me, it's food and it's music. All right? So when I'm fasting, I step away from music, I step away from food, I'm not a big TV fan anyhow. I watch a show with the family. I watch politics with the family, or news with the family, maybe a kids television show or a family show with the family. But other than that, oh, Nollywood, definitely a big Nollywood fan. All right, so when I'm fasting, I unplug from Nollywood, the series or the TV shows or the movies, any kind of music, no matter if it's sacred or secular music, I unplug and fast from that, okay? And food, I love it, so I unplug and fast from that. I have my water and stuff, my tea with no sugar, and that's about all. That's about all. So anyhow, let's take a look, because of time. Let's take a look at a few lines in this passage that are very, very, very important. The lessons that will push us to the limit of our greatness are the lessons that we will learn while we're sitting in a sacred place. No matter how hard we try, we can't seem to do, say, or be what others expect of us. You could get caught up in that, wanting to be what others expect you to be, whether you succeed or you fail. What's the purpose? What kind of place do they have to put you in? What is the purpose? We have to be in a place where we stop trying to expect people to be pleased by what we do or say, and we have to please God. We have to please ourselves within. Like, for example, when I have an appointment and I want to be there 15 minutes early, and sometimes I'm right on time. In the past, I have been late and have to explain myself. I didn't like that. I didn't like explaining myself. I didn't like holding up other person's time. I didn't like when other people have been late and held up my time and my appointment, or shortened my appointment. I didn't like the feeling it gave me from being late. So I started first being on time, and then I started being early. That was my transition. Okay, so I did that to please myself. It wasn't good for me to feel the way I felt, so I changed that. All right, that is an example. Drop your examples on what you do to please God. Drop your examples on what you do to please yourself within, positively. All right. The more we try to fix things, the worse they seem to get. How many of us have been through that? Oh God, some stories to tell. Because of time, we'll get to the exact key focuses. What we must do at these very sacred times is pull back, withdraw, and prepare to grow. If you ever are with someone and you feel like you have to force yourself to be around that person, then you two will eventually separate, for better or for worse. I suggest that you separate from people in a healthy manner, not through anger, not through frustration, annoyance, or any of those things, but positively separate yourself. Like, listen, I love the life you live and I love the life I live, but right now, excuse me, I just want to go and do my own thing. It takes a lot of heart and a lot of courage to do that. And it's a very, very, very vague weakness when a person just leaves you angry and upset, thinking they're gonna go into another relationship or another aspect in life and never have to apologize, never have to seek forgiveness or ask for forgiveness or forgive. That is another story for another time. But our lessons are very sacred, so you must do it alone. Okay? Sometimes you might look at someone and you've been pressuring yourself to be with them, and you realize that you give your sacred time. You do pull back, you do withdraw, and you do prepare to grow. You do grow, and that person comes back around, and you only want to remain cordial, and you only want to be friends. You know that person hasn't made any changes and prepared themselves to grow. You can share with them, but some people are just not in the mind state, or they haven't placed themselves in a position to grow. So you might just want to remain friends. You might look at your situation and say, wow, I cannot believe that when I was this type of person, this is the type of person I attracted. You understand? You will be able to look at a person and see yourself in a better place. Not in a bragful or boastful state, but you will see yourself in a good place, a better place. That's how it is. Our basic ingredient of our greatness is to accept that we must be open, receive willingness, and understand we must be alone sometime. You guys, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for commenting. I love your thoughts, I love your thoughtfulness. I love to see what you are thinking, how you are thinking. I love to see your mind state. I love to see where we are as a community. All right, so stay tuned. One love.